This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with Violent Gentlemen. We're glad to say we're joined with Robbie Burke. How are you, Robbie?
Not too bad. How are you keeping?
Struggling on. I'm just back from Birmingham at the weekend. I was over obviously and seen Willow Hayden's debut, and I think I'm still on a sort of come down. I'm one of these people who could probably go to shows eight days a week. But obviously I don't have too long to wait with another show in Belfast this weekend, so it keeps me busy. I know obviously with you being a personal trainer and things like that, we're obviously getting you at a time when you still work and things like that. So we're going to keep it. A lot of people tuning in will be glad, we're keeping it short and sweet for you today. So obviously kicking right off then, Robbie, as we do with anybody, it sort of first obviously comes on and speaks to us. What age did you start off boxing and why?
Yeah, I was 15 when I started boxing. See, when I was a young lad, I had a good bit of weight on me. I was getting bullied and that. So I just went to boxing. I just a few lads around my area were in the club, and I just ended up going over and just loved it. Kind of in and out ever since,
I guess it's one of these sports. Sometimes it's obviously it's regarded as probably the most dangerous sport in the world, and I guess some people get involved with boxing sometimes more to keep bullies and things like that away. So did you find whenever you started boxing then that the bullies probably heard you were a boxer now and were going, don't want to get hit in the face, so they picked somebody else?
In ways, probably, but I kind of went more because it took me mind off things. I didn't have to think about them because I was concentrating and focusing on other, like on boxing, say. So then when I was focusing on myself, I didn't care about them. So it helped me a lot, and then it helped me with fitness. It helped me lose the weight and bring confidence into my life then, and then I could handle myself, and I wasn't afraid of them anymore. Do you know that way? So
yeah, exactly, and that's one of the big things, I guess, in boxing and probably any sort of combat sport is it's giving you confidence and making you feel better about yourself, and that's probably not everybody's going to reach the pinnacle of the sport, but sometimes then wee things can make the difference. It can change the whole aspect in life for people.
Big time, man. It brings a lot of discipline into your life. So boxing is just, I couldn't recommend it enough, for any kids growing up. Especially if you're getting picked on or anything, or if you're not confident, it just take a little step. You could be great at it, and it's something to focus on as well.
Definitely does, and it definitely helps people.
I've met a lot of good people in boxing. A lot of great people I still talk to now since I was a kid, so it's a great sport to get into.
Definitely, I couldn't recommend it enough to anybody. Obviously, I know with us being touch for time, obviously, I know that you boxed all around the world as an amateur. Obviously, boxing all around the world as an amateur, is it probably helping you now at this stage of your career when you've probably seen everything there is sort of in the sport? That that every different sort of style that you could box, any different country you could box, and it's all there in your head, ready to go.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello. I see.
Sorry.
Hello, Freddie. I got that.
Sorry about that. Can I ask that question again? I'm just opening the boxing club here.
So obviously with boxing all around the world, I guess you're well equipped for any style, any country. So it's sort of now as you're a professional boxer, you're well prepared for the future as well.
Bring in all different styles of me, all different styles of fighting, so it gives you good confidence, and gives you just prepares you a lot better.
It does.
Brings you into good situations,
It does. And obviously probably one of the biggest relationships you built within boxing with Phil Sutcliffe, who's obviously your coach and stuff as well. I think he's go back, I think it must be at least 15 years you probably known Phil.
I've been looking at on the wall there in that plaque. First show I boxed in was it was 15 years ago in this club, against Crumlin versus Boston, so that's how long I'm back there with Phil.
Definitely It's a long time, and he probably knows you more than anybody else.
Yeah, I really does. He can judge, like, he's great judge of character as well. He knows the best. He gives you the best advice as well. Can't thank him enough for everything he does.
Definitely is, and obviously I know Crumlin Gym's obviously in the rise. There's quite a few boxers in the gym now, so I'm guessing it's good rivalry and good teamwork. Obviously, everybody learning off each other.
It's great atmosphere in the club. Like the three of us fighting on the show now in Belfast. Willow's after being in camp there, so we're all helping him along. He helps us. We're all everyone's helping each other. It's a great buzz, great atmosphere in the club.
It definitely helps, and obviously, normally I sort of ask, how obviously it then turned to pro, but whenever obviously anybody that knows Andy ONeill knows the sort of person he is. He sort of said, "You're too good to be an amateur. You're not really getting what you sort of want from the sport." So I think when Andy starts torturing you, the only thing you can do is say yes. So Andy ONeill's the one to blame for you turning pro.
Andy's been a big help with me as well. With me, watch, Nico. Sorry.
It's definitely one that wants to be interviewed.
I think so. Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah, Andy's been a big help with me along me pro career. Like, he was over watching me last fight in the amateurs. I got beaten a 3-2 split, and after giving her everything that year, been away in multinations and that, and like did everything I could, and I got beaten. I thought it was hard done by, but sure, so does everyone going. But he said to me that night, he says, "Look at all the work you're after putting in and you're after getting nothing out of now. Out the elites, like, you're out now. So I think it's time to go pro and see what you can give." So 8 days later, I went to Hungary. I had my brain scan and that done. He organised to get me license and that. We just went from there. 8 days later, I won my first pro fight.
It's crazy how quickly it can change, and like having your first two fights in Hungary, obviously within 2 months. And how did you find obviously then adjusting from amateur to pro? Was there really any sort of difference to it?
In fairness, like my first fight, I felt it. I wasn't used to the pro style. Took like my second fight, I felt a lot better. As much as I won both, but I felt a lot comfortabler in my second fight, and then in my third fight, I felt even better. So just constantly, every day I'm learning in the club, and I'm trying to get better. So I'm fighting again, fourth fight now soon, so hopefully I'll be better again. But
yeah, obviously your fourth fight now coming up now in Belfast, pretty much near just over a month away, obviously the 2nd of October. I'm guessing obviously it's a relief to sort of now know you're going to have your fourth pro fight. You're going to have your first pro fight in Ireland as well. I'm sure it's going to be something special for you.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it now. I haven't took the foot off the gas now this year since January. I'm trying hard, putting her in, and I'm just looking forward to getting home now and getting a fight in.
Yeah, definitely make a difference, and obviously I know with it's not all been easy for you. Obviously you obviously had an operation on your stomach, and you'd obviously pneumonia as well. So I guess sometimes as a pro boxer, it doesn't all come easy. You'd obviously then cancelled fights and stuff as well. I'm guessing obviously you're seeing in some aspects that probably the hard things that's happened in life will obviously lead you better on moving forward.
Well, when I had an abscess and I was out it was an open room, so I couldn't train for 16 weeks. That was very hard, especially when my job is to train people and I'm constantly in the gym. I can't train anyone, and then when I can't train, I'm training them. It's very frustrating. It's a lot. It's very hard on the head as well. It really is. And then when I got back training, I got news for Belfast in February, and I was training too hard, too quick. Well, not enough fuel in me, and my immune system dropped. I ended up getting pneumonia from it, so that was another setback. I was told to stay out for 12 weeks. I stayed out for say 8, went back sparred and hit me again. I was out for another 6 weeks. So when I put on a good bit of weight, saying in me head, my own head, I was nearly saying, look, this is over now. Like what I want is it's too far away. I was up at 98 kilo when I boxed at 79. Like it's just it was too much. So I just literally had to reset myself, start focusing on myself when I could get back training, and then just down step by step, doing what I enjoyed. Then I ended up getting back into it with that. So I started feeling a bit better. Andy said to me, come over to Crumlin. They were over with McGregor in Dubai. And so when they came home in January, that's when I started back training over in Crumlin. And since then, I just hasn't stopped. I'm just consistent, and just working on progress and just doing the small things right, and just being consistent with everything, you know.
Yeah, and it's funny how obviously we have so much bad luck, and then obviously you say you come to Crumlin, started knuckling down, and it's all going well, and fingers crossed it stays that way. Obviously, you probably had your 3. They always say bad luck travels in 3, so obviously you had your abscess, your pneumonia, and you cancelled fights, so that's the end of the bad luck now.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wouldn't be right if I didn't ask. Obviously, on the light heavy super middleweight division in Ireland, obviously I think it's probably the most talked about question. Boxing Ireland obviously have quite a few within them weight categories. You've Jamie Morrissey, Kevin Cronin, Julio Cesar, Taylor McGoldrick, and Sean McGlinchey. At 32, I guess obviously any opportunities come your way, you're going to take it. But I'm sure there's obviously some good fights to be made there for you.
Yeah, it definitely is, and like I'm not looking past any fight, any fighter, any fight. My next fight, I'm not sure who I'm fighting yet, but after I'll wait until after that, and then I'll be like, the full focus is on this fight. Whoever is next, then that's who the focus be on. I'm not too sure who I'm fighting now. But look at whoever comes in, like whatever name gets put in front of me, I don't mind. I'll be in there, no bother.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking.
Yes, go ahead.
Look, I'm looking to get domestic fights. I'm not too I said in January, if I'm coming back, I'm giving it 2 years of everything, see what happens. And I'm gonna take fight as it comes, but I want an Irish title, so I'll fight anyone to get it.
Yeah, obviously to get an Irish title, you have to fight probably normally another Irish fighter to get. So when you don't seem like, I know people's asked you questions before, and you're like, I'll take any fight that's given to me. At the end of the day, bigger fights and an all Irish fight, you're probably going to get paid more money as well. So, and that's what the sport's all about, trying to make as much as you possibly can, because it's a dangerous sport. You don't want to do anything for free.
No, definitely not. But like I'm saying that, I want to be in big fights. I want to be in big nights in Ireland, in Belfast, in Dublin, wherever it is. I want to be at it. I want to be in it. So, like, if the opportunity comes, I'll be taking it, 100%. No disrespect to any lad at all, but I'll be fine. I'll fight either like any one of them names you're saying, you know.
Any fight, you don't need to sort of do the small talk or sort of try to make a fight and things like that. Any of them want to fight, your name's there and you're ready to take it.
Yeah, look, I haven't took the foot off the gas since January, like I was saying, and look, I'm always say 3-4 weeks away from a fight, like ready. So I'll be ready, good to go whenever. Hopefully there's a show now in Dublin in November, and if one of the names come up, that's no problem at all, you know.
Definitely, it's like a pick me scenario. My name's ready to go. Obviously, it'd be great to have boxing back in Dublin as well. I think it's nearly. I think what was it? March 2019 was the last show in Dublin. So it's 2.5 years. It's 2.5 years too long. I know we've had the pandemic and everything else, but Belfast seems to be everywhere the shows are happening. Dublin obviously needs.
Belfast is a great place for fights as well, but it'd be great to get back to Dublin as well. Like that's where I'm from, you know. That way I want to be fighting in front of everyone I know as well. You know, as much as they'll go to Belfast, I want to be fighting in Dublin as well.
Definitely,
You know?
somewhere it's going to bring more noise for you, and I'm sure you've obviously quite a fan base as well, Robbie.
I don't know about fan base, but like I have good support. I'm
Mhm.
very grateful for the support and all my sponsors, big time. Without them, like this game is a tough game. Without any sponsors, you'd be like, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yep.
So big shout out to all my sponsors, every single last person that helped me, even in the amateur days. I have people that's helped me in me pro that's been with me since the amateur days, and I just couldn't be more thankful and grateful for you. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Definitely, it's probably one of the things I would say the most, that sponsors play the massive part. Without them, you probably go on the road as a journeyman, because sponsorship plays so much.
I'd be just staying in work, to be honest. So I just wouldn't be boxing, you know, because it's big time. Like you really need the help, like, because sometimes like shows away, and you're getting like for hotel flights. It's all money, you know that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It definitely is.
they're really needed. So very grateful to have them.
Definitely is. Well, look, obviously, I know, as I say, I've sort of kept it sort of short and sweet, obviously, because I know that you have to go now and do training and everything else. But I also want to thank you for obviously coming on, having a chat with us.
Yeah, thanks very much, Steve. And here's another Stevie in here. Stevie, come here. There's Stevie wants to say hello as well. He's one of the top coaches in club.
How are you?
How's it going? Are you well?
Okay.
Fantastic.
Hey.
But look, Rob, I'm sure we'll obviously catch up with you in Belfast, obviously, whenever you're up for the fight in a month's time.
Bye.
And we'll catch up again soon.
Hello,
Yeah.
right.
All right, cheers.
Thanks.
Take care. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Thanks.
Pretty soon.